thank you everyone for attending our Keystroke Live on Thursdays at 9 o'clock. Today we're going to be going over the Keystroke Update Installer. This is a new little program we have that will allow you to update Keystroke from within your computer, so you don't have to go browse the website, put in passwords and so forth to get the files you need to keep Keystroke up to date. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone on our list here. If you have any immediate questions during the presentation, go ahead and click the chat button and send me a chat. Most of the time I see those coming through, and sometimes I don't, but we'll get to questions and answers at the very end. So I'll go ahead and mute everyone now. All right, and again, we're going over the Keystroke Update Installer. This is new with version 7.15. We're going to be, as normal, we do Keystroke Live every Thursday, and today is my day. Let's talk about the Keystroke Update Installer. It is an easy way to download any updates, meaning patch updates from one build to another. Any of the full installation files, you can download the full Keystroke setup. You can also download any of our, what we call our extensions. That's like the Keymail service, the KeyPay service, then the digital sign controller. It is installed automatically with version 7.15. You can't, if you're on 7.10, you can't go to version 7.15 without a new product ID. So you'll need to get that from us, and what we do is send you a link to the directly to the version 7.15 setup file with the new product ID for 7.15. The second way to get version 7.15 is to send you a CD with the product ID card. Those are really the two ways to get version 7.15. Instead of getting 7.10, you can't just update via the website without actually getting a new product ID. Also in this Keystroke Update Installer, we have different links to get some kind of current sales information. We have a What's New What's New doc file that kind of talks about new features in Keystroke in a very technical, detailed way. And then we have the version 7.15 new features PDF file, which is kind of a 1- and 2-page PDF file you can email off to your customers to see what they actually like, and if they have any of the features they need, then they can update to that version. We also have the product comparison. That it compares Keystroke Advanced POS with Keystroke POS. So that kind of is another sales tool. As you know, through the rest of this year for our 25th anniversary, we're trying to promote the Keystroke Advanced POS product, and most dealers will get a generous commission, meaning the 50% margin on the Advanced POS upgrade or selling a brand new system that's Advanced POS. Well, let me first show you what the program looks like when you run it, then I'll show you how to run it. This right here, I've already started the program, and I'll show you where we end up getting this from. This is the Keystroke Update Installer. It's pretty much kind of similar to what you see on a CD, but it's a little bit different in its layout. A couple things it does do. Number one, of course, you can imagine it does require an internet connection. You can't really run this program without the internet. This is all internet-based. First thing it does, it goes out and checks your the available version out there on the website. And right now it's version 7.15 build 28. It tells you what version of Keystroke you have installed. If you're on version 6, it will tell you some limited information about your version, but probably not some of the other information which you see down below. If you're on version 7.15 or above, it'll tell you your maintenance status, when your current expiration date is. In this case, it's current through January 1st of 2014. And it tells me that I have Advanced POS. Otherwise, you would see Keystroke POS there. Also right there on that line, it tells me the version I'm currently installed. For this demonstration, I purposely installed build 27 so I could update to build 28. A couple of the links here. You'll see right here, maybe I should turn the volume down. This has these little sound effects. The full installation, you would click this to download the full install program. It's now grown to somewhere around 90 megabytes, even though it says 80 on the screen. I think we're going to be changing that shortly. It's kind of, we've added new features and new stuff. The current patch update. This process here for patching is for going from build to build to build. And kind of our rule of thumb is if you have 2, 3, maybe 4 builds away, you can use this process. But after about 3 or 4 builds away from the current build, it's just better to download the full installation. And then we have the Keystroke extensions. So I'm going to close this, and you may not be able to see where I'm going, but actually I'll do it a different way. I'm going to leave this open, but I'm going to tell you this is under the Start menu, under All Programs. In your Keystroke POS folder, you'll see a shortcut to the Keystroke Update Installer. Just by clicking on that, this is in your Start menu, it'll go ahead and run this program. I don't think I can show the Start menu screen very easily. So this is what runs when you run that program. I wouldn't recommend putting this on the desktop. Many of our customers and clients will just try to update all day long and do things that they shouldn't be doing, and before you know it, they don't know what they did, and then they end up calling us for support. So this is a great tool for you as a dealer to get out there and help them very easily to get the current version up to date, or you can remote in and run this program. This program is only run on the server. It updates the Keystroke program, and it does the patches to the Keystroke program. We don't want workstations necessarily running this. So if you ever run into any problems, if you have like an NAS device where you're installing from one workstation to an NAS server, that works fine too, just as before you would normally go to that main machine you use to run the setup, and you'd run this update installer from there. I'm going to start from the bottom up, the Keystroke extensions. I'm going to click on that, and right here, I'm going to mute my mute this so you don't have to hear all that shoo-shooing all around. Okay, so when I clicked on the Keystroke extensions, this is what we see. KeyPay is the Keystroke payment module as a Windows service. Normally you would have to put in the CD and run this file, or you would go to our website, put in a username and password, and download the file and then run it. Keymail is our new feature in 7.1.5. It's very similar to KeyPay. It's the mail module allows you to send emails directly from Keystroke. It's very handy, and it also can run as a service. That's the recommended way to do that. And then we have the digital sign controller. That too can be downloaded from the website through this link here. And for instance, I'm going to start with just an easier one, the Keymail. As you see, if I click on this, it immediately starts the download. There's no username, passwords, and so forth required. And it's going to start the install automatically for me. So I don't need to go through and find the file, save it to my desktop, and so forth. I'll change this to this. There's the Keystroke mail module, service startup, and I can go in and just run the install, do the usual stuff here. I'm going to install this to Keystroke, and I say next. If you haven't seen all these screens and need some help with this, please give us a call. I'm going to quickly go through the settings. We already went through this, I think, in the previous Keystroke Live. Then it says it's done. You say finish, and now I am back to the update installer. Let me show you where this file actually went to. So if you ever need to get it and maybe the internet's down, we actually save the setup files for you in the Keystroke directory. Let's see here. Let me get 1 second. I'll get to the right place. So now I'm in the Keystroke directory here on my C drive. You'll see the installer folder. This is a new folder that we create with the 7.15 install. If I open it up, this is actually the exe that's being run, the Keystroke Update Installer. There's some icons in here. The autoplay is what you're actually seeing, the graphics. This is the downloads folder. This is where the depository of these setup files are going to be. Now keep in mind, as you update things like Keystroke, Keymail automatically gets updated. KeyPay automatically gets updated. So this is kind of a one-time shot, but if you ever need the file and need to copy it from machine A that has internet to machine B that doesn't, you can use the update installer to grab it and go move it to another machine. This is the same setup file I just ran just now. Again, this is in the Keystroke directory under the installer folder. You won't see a downloads folder until you download something. All right, back to the update installer. Same thing would work with KeyPay. The digital sign controller is a product that does not get updated with Keystroke. It's an extension that you install, and some people install it on every machine. This one is about 60 or 80 megabytes. I don't think I'll download it now for this demonstration. All right, let me go back a step. If I go back, now I'm back to the main screen. I'm going to first go through this update patch right here. And it says it's approximately 5 megabytes in size. Some of these patch files, depending on the extent of what we've added to the program, can go from 5 megabytes up to 10 or 11 megabytes. So once you're doing 2, 3, or 4, you might as well get the full setup program. And I hope the screens will display correctly, but we'll see here in a second. So we click on this, and it tells me I'm on version 715.27, and there's an available update to 715.28. So I just say yes to do this. In this case, this is downloading a file right here in a slightly different location. These patch files can't be kind of accumulated. We actually erase these at the end of the install. And it goes through this process here, and then it runs pretty much, if anyone's familiar with the update program. I'm going to have to switch screens here. Right there. This is what it's running right now. This is running the patch update. This is the same process as before, is running update.exe with a little more functionality, meaning it allows the user to download the patch and run it all in one shot instead of having to go find programs all over their network. I click install. It tells me it's found in Keystroke, and I'm going to click the install button. It tells me Keymail is running. I don't know if you can see this. That's that service. It's going to shut it down. It also shut down the installer. Uh-oh. I think I opened it twice. I just tested this a second ago, so let's go ahead and try it again. And the good news about this here is, well, it is there somewhere. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm seeing here. I have to move some screens around. Up there it is. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can see that there. I could go ahead and click install, and it goes through this Keystroke POS, and now it's running through the download. And I don't know if you can see this screen. It just runs our standard patch program in the background. If you ever get any errors with this, all you need to do is pretty much download the full install and definitely report them to us. We want to make sure that that the update installer doesn't have any little bugs or problems in it and so forth. So it actually went through and it ran the update, and now it actually reloaded the Keystroke update installer. Now it says the current version is 715.28. Shows me that I had that installed, and it shows me the same information. I will go ahead and click on the full install here, and it kind of goes through, and it's telling me that the program is up to date, but would I still like to update the full install? So if you ever have any problems, you go ahead and answer yes for the full install, and as you can see now, it's like a 90 megabyte file. So I'll let that download. I think I'm going to go ahead and just talk about some more about the Keystroke Update Installer. Anybody that's current on a software maintenance plan can get version 7.15. And sorry, I'm going to move around. And if you want to, we do need to send you a new product ID. So call us. We'll send you a link to the download. And we don't really have a link to the installer because at this point, everyone needs to get a new product ID to move up to version 7.15. Even though it's released in 7.15, I think 7.15 build 28, the current build, is the installer that you want to get. We should be releasing 7.15 build 29 hopefully next week. And oh yes, I was going to show you the PDF file. So let me go back to the installer here. I'm going to cancel this download here. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and cancel it. It tells me I've chosen to cancel the download. And down here at the bottom, we have this little Learn More tab. The Learn More means kind of like more information, learn more about Keystroke. These right here are just some of our PDF documents and stuff you can actually download and get and give to people. Let's go ahead and just click on the new features. I click on this. I'm going to have to switch screens over to my Internet Explorer. This opens up in an Internet Explorer window, and it's going to show me the PDF file. You can save this PDF, and you're welcome to distribute it. Kind of talks about some of the new features. Oop, I am so sorry. I wanted to maximize that, but it didn't work. I clicked the wrong button. Anyhow, this is our PDF that talks about the Keystroke new features. As you can see, we can print graphical forms and so forth. We have different color themes. Keymail is a big part of it. We have the multi-store purchase orders. If you don't have this document and need it, you can download it from our website. You can use the Keystroke installer to get it, or we can just email it to you if you need it that way. So I'm going to close this, and then let's just click on the, there we go. So now this time I'm downloading the product comparison. This kind of tells you what features Keystroke Advanced POS has versus Keystroke POS. So this is a great sales tool if you, some of the people don't know what they have, so you can tell them to go to the update installer and get some more information on Keystroke. And you can kind of see there's some green tags here that talk about what's in 7.15, what's already been in version 7.1, and all the different features, and there's lots of good information here. If you don't know, the what's new.doc is a doc file that actually is more geared toward technical information. Clicked on the link. It's downloading the file. Should be opening it up here. There it is. This actually gives you more technical information. The README is kind of a chronological step-by-step of what we've changed and added. And this is more like a feature-driven document. This is always installed with your Keystroke point-of-sale program. Looks like it's last updated this week or so. You know, so you can go through different, like the whole multi-store purchase orders. This doesn't tell you each little feature. It kind of gives you an overall kind of a description of what it does, how it can be used, and so forth. Let me page down past to the next feature. Vendor catalogs was added. I know some people were looking to see if they could do things like that. You can see this is 12 pages. This accounts receivable section here, we can do statements now for email versus mail or printing, so you can actually set up your Keymail program to automatically fire off statements at the first of the month to some customers via email, print the other ones to the printer and put them in an envelope. The Advanced POS and Keystroke POS has the appearances and so forth. And there's lots of good information in here. I don't think I can find anything else I want to. It talks about the whole emailing of forms and how you set it up and different stuff. We're happy to help people out getting started on that. our sample data actually shows that in a very clear way. So let me close this. I am going to open back up the installer. Hit the back button here. And now I'll go ahead and open up the microphones for anybody that might have any questions to ask me about this. And if you have any problems with it, please let me know. We'll try to get this just fine-tuned so it's a great tool that everyone can use, and we don't have to give usernames and passwords. And
there's only one left at servers.
Please ask any questions if you have any at this time.
Yeah, I wasn't clear how you started the program in the first place. You did not start that from within Keystroke. You went outside Keystroke.
All right. Well, thank you very much for attending. Back to our PowerPoint here, and we're just going to say that thanks again for attending. And next week, Lynn's going to be going over any files and startup switches. We're going to be going through a series of different, more basic tools for Keystroke POS in preparation of the dealer conference that's going to be in Las Vegas, and hopefully we'll see some people out there. We want to give people all kind of the basics so when they get there they have some advanced questions for us and so forth. And as you know, Nick's been putting these Windows Live programs up on YouTube. So if you search for Keystroke Live ! You should find a lot of the things on that. Well, if there's no other questions, I will sign out, and thank you very much for attending.